Guys, this is such an eyesore now. Like literally, this is becoming an eyesore. I need to somehow get this compost bin happening very fast. Alright, I am definitely going to work a little bit on this guy today. I just need to maybe just move, because I'm thinking if I can just move a little by little by little, eventually I'll be done with this guy. And by the day I actually do the compost, I would just have to get snippets of the clips that I've made throughout the days and compile one compost video. All right, cool. Here's an update when it comes to the compost bin. As you can see, I've managed to clear all of that rubble there. It's already inside the bin there. And then the rest is this. I'll be using some of this rubble here to actually start one of the beds. Just by removing everything that was there, already the compost bin looks half full. So let me just show it to you. At least today the rain let up a little bit. Look at that, already we are half filled, but then it's because all of this stuff hasn't gone down, but then it's slowly but surely creeping up to full. Let me see if I come this side. Slowly but surely creeping up to full. So yeah, if we stamp on this, chances are it might actually go down by about half. But yeah, look at the compost, it's already getting there. So we are nicely filling the sky. One more update on the compost. I did mention that as and when I have some time and space, I will be tackling the compost slowly but surely. This is how far we are at, and so far most of the stuff that needs to be recomposted I've managed to remove, and now I'm like literally digging through the compost to start filling up these bags to just put them on the side as extra compost. And yeah, while I was working here just now, a frog jumped out. So yeah, So now the idea is I am actually going to rake down this whole thing so that it goes to the ground, then remove more of the heavy particles, then start scooping it into the compost bags. Hopefully, slowly but surely, we will get there. I'm going to let this baby sit like this just for a few hours so that birds can have a feast, and also just to let it dry off. Whew, guys, I'm out of breath. Okay, let it dry off a little bit so that it would be much easier to work on. So as you can see, I've literally spread the compost to the ground, and I'm going to sift most of it and put it in compost bags, and yeah, store it away for future use. Let's just go back a little bit. Yeah, I know it looks like a lot of work, but one step at a time, just one step at a time. Eventually this place will be cleared, right? Compost bags are slowly but surely filling up. Here we are. I am going to call it a quits for now. We'll resume. Right. It's day 25 today, and look at the compost. I have finally managed to get the structure off here, and as you can remember, I was doing little by little whenever I had time in between, just to get some movement happening here. And the idea now is, I'm hoping with everything in me that this would conclude the video for day 25. So as you can see, we have managed to clear this space to get the compost level. And let me just go back a little bit so that you see I'm not done yet, but for the fact that I have already been able to remove the compost bin that was there, put most of the stuff in here, and well, I ran out of the compost bags that I had. As you can see, I managed to fill about 9ish, so there's 2 more to fill here, so it's going to be 11 that I'll be filling and putting aside, and just getting this baby nicely cultivated. The only worry that is actually coming to mind is, as I was working on this space, the one thing that I didn't see of all, right, was earthworms, and I got a little bit worried as to say You know, when soil doesn't have earthworms to it, you almost feel like it's not fertile enough. But then we'll see. We'll just have to see what's to come of this. Other than that, the soil itself looks very, very rich and beautiful. As you can see, it looks very rich and beautiful. I've seen all kinds of worms that you can think of, creepy crawlies and hochais here, other than earthworms. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I'm not a compost expert by no means, but I have an inkling to think that maybe there might be something wrong with the soil. Could be wrong, but then we'll see. So I'm actually thinking maybe I could start creating compost tea. Yes, is it compost tea? Fertilizer tea, yes, and maybe start pouring it on this space to see what comes of it. But for today, the idea is to, well, it's not an idea anymore, it's something that has to happen, because I actually just said it's day 25 and it is day 25, so I need to conclude this space and we call it quits. And the other nice thing about it is, once this space is done, then I only have one outstanding major job, which is the sprinkler. I'm taking my time around the sprinkler. There's a lot of math that is not mathing there but I'm just, taking it a day at a time. Like with the compost, it's the same thing I'm doing with the sprinkler as well. Whenever I have a chance and whenever I have some spare time in between everything else that I'm doing, I just go in and do a little bit and do a little bit and do a little bit. So yeah, I am also a little bit reluctant to start putting seedlings here up until I am a little bit sure that this place is ideal. So the other thing is, because I actually used this compost from this patch, or from this batch, to start the flower seedlings. Let's see how the flower seedlings take on the flower bed that I created about a few days back. And if they do take on well, then I have nothing to worry about. But then if they don't, then I might have to just wait a little bit, look for ways on how I can actually fertilize and work this soil here before I can put anything. However, the soil really just looks beautiful and healthy. It's just I do not see earthworms, and earthworms are an indication of healthy soil. So let's see how that goes. This is the last batch of the wood that I took out of here, and we are just burning it down and using the ash back into the compost. Okay, let's start this day. We're starting this day to actually complete this part. Okay, since I don't have enough compost bags, I'll just have to let this soil go back to where it came from. But then, you know, by now I like structures, right? So I brought in the big guys. What I'm going to do is I am going to just put the bricks just to separate, or rather to put the soil nicely compact on the space. So ideally I am going to create yet another bed here. I'll be using the bricks just from the tree and coming nicely to this point and just before this compost bin turn, so that we create a bed here. All right,